literally right now at the time to begin our show. Like my brother doesn't.
He doesn't
somebody
know.
tweet at Kirk Pose and tell him that we're doing a show here.
Everyone tweet at Kirk Pose.
Okay, here we go. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Geek Beat. On today's show, drones.
Drones.
And drones?
And drones.
And we've got a few more drones for you.
And
welcome to Geek Beat. It all begins now.
Oh, I saw a lot of colorful commentary about
Have you
last
ever
week's
seen-
Geek Street.
Have you ever seen it when there's like a school bus and it's driving down the road and it's full of children
Okay.
and one of the wheels comes on fire
Yeah.
and falls off the bus
Are we driving through a canyon, I hope?
and there's a cliff
Yes.
and the bus goes over the cliff and then a North Korean jet fighter flies by and shoots the falling flaming bus with a missile.
Okay.
It was a bit about like that.
Wow.
I think. I don't know. What'd you say, Carter? How was the show last week?
It was fantastic. I don't know.
Oh, he thought it was fantastic. So
The commentary I heard was similar, closer to your story.
really,
Yeah.
No, it was fun. Although as I understand it, I think Pablo optioned not to renew his contract for another episode of Geek Beat this week, or something. I don't know.
Is that true? Because he's in the building.
Carter's right over there. He's working the TriCaster. As far as I know, he would do another episode of Geek Street after Geek Beat, but I think Pablo decided not to do it.
You can't get Pablo's people to
His contract,
come to the table.
his agent, I don't know, not letting him come back.
So after the minutes and minutes that Carter spent on that intro,
That's right.
have we seen the end of Geek Street?
Apparently, it is going to waste.
Really?
Oh, Geek Street is only on hiatus.
Yeah, it's summer hiatus.
Actually, last time, for those of you who missed it, after Geek Beat last week was our new intern-only show called Geek Street. Apparently, the Geek Street seasons are only one episode long, and the season is now over, so you have to wait for the next season, and we're not sure when that season comes
July
back.
of 2016.
Oh, is that when it is? One
Yes,
season per year.
You got to sign up and get it as soon as you can.
No, I get
we
it.
expect to see it on Netflix soon.
I see. By the way, if you've been living under a rock, you should probably be made aware that next Saturday, not tomorrow,
Not tomorrow.
August 1st, next Saturday, we are having our Geek House reunion bash.
Is it a reunion? No, it's not a reunion.
It's like
anniversary.
It's like a 1-year anniversary / reunion.
I don't mean to correct you in
Okay,
public.
sorry.
Always-
It's a
always
1-year
do that.
anniversary. However, it will be a reunion for those people who have only been here once, and it was last year during the grand opening. For them, it's a reunion. If you were not here for the original, then it will only be a get-together.
And what about those of us who will not be there for either one of the events? Because you schedule these when I'm out of town.
We don't care about you.
Okay,
So,
good.
I mean, I think you're assuming that the scheduling was an accidental mishap of sorts.
No, I know the schedule
So,
was on purpose because you knew very well that I wasn't going to be here. Anyway,
these accidents occur.
yeah, they do.
So,
Frequently they occur.
what else? And people were talking because they were watching on the drop cams at what was going on here earlier.
About you being in a foul mood?
No, you were the one in a foul mood.
Yeah.
I'm in a great mood.
I'm sad for America.
Yes. All Geo did all day was watch
No,
police
it's not all I
brutality
did.
videos.
I was working for clients, and I happened to have police misconduct playlists going on, and just 6 hours of cops beating the you-know-what out of citizens.
Did it make you want to beat the you-know-what out of other
It
people
just
too?
brings you down a little bit. I got to
Does it?
tell you, a little bit.
I don't know. It gets me going. That's how
Does
I
it?
wake up every day to
Makes me
police
sad for America.
brutality videos.
Makes me want to move to New Zealand. I wonder if
No,
Trey
that's
has
not.
got.
That's not what I was doing. I was actually shooting an episode with the lovely and talented Gabriella.
Yes, you were.
She's actually in the audience right
Yes.
now.
Behave
She's-
yourself.
She's hiding off camera.
Yes. You actually had a very busy day today. There were a lot of people through here. It felt like a mall.
We did. We had
Lots
a
of
very
people
busy
through
day
here
today.
And,
It's been nonstop all day long.
So
I haven't eaten. Did you
I
eat?
will. Oh, of course I ate.
Oh, you never miss a meal, right?
Of course I was.
I don't get a physique like this.
No, by missing a meal. No, we took care of lunch.
Carter, did you eat?
No.
Carter didn't eat. Carter's in the same boat with me. We're waiting
need
for
to
the
eat
show to
party
be
straight.
Is this show over yet?
No, it's not over yet. Dude, we are 5 minutes into this. This is
Wow.
dragging like a bus going
Like
over a cliff.
Thing that drags.
I'm
It's
itchy.
dragging. Is this thing dragging like
It's not
Geek Street?
dragging. It's great. No, it's not.
Okay.
Dragging like we got a lot of, and this is the problem last week why things ran so long because you and I just start rambling.
Oh, okay. Well, what are we gonna do? We gonna talk about the news?
We need to stick to the news. Do we do a break first and come back to news, or do we? Yeah, there's a red line.
In theory, this is the point at which we take a commercial.
Wait, hang on. Can I correct something last week?
Do we have a correction?
We have it's a clarification.
Okay.
Okay. For the folks watching on the show, when I make comments like, "Oh, that's what that light's for," I don't need people to go, "He doesn't know what a tally light is." I'm being a jackass. Okay? I know what the tally light's for. So whenever I make comments that make it sound like I'm an idiot, I'm incredibly smart, incredibly talented, and I'm being humorous.
You forgot that you modesty.
And I'm extremely modest as well. But I just anytime that I say anything out of context that sounds ignorant, that sounds like I don't know the specs on a device I'm talking about, it's comedy. We can go to a commercial now.
Nice. We'll be right back.
Fade to black again. There it is.
I like how you're able.
I just remember the only thing I remember from last week was he didn't know what a tally. I'm like, yes, I know what a tally light is.
I like how you're able to bundle in anything you don't know as a.
That was on the fly. Did you like that? Yeah, that was on the fly. I'm guaranteed now
That was
that.
good. Yes, I have a Starbucks refresher today. I'm out of
Hang
Code
on.
Red.
No, stop. Let
No.
me see it real quick. I'm not going to do anything to it. Take the camera right there. I want to show y'all something. When we go in the fridge, can you see this closely? Do you see what
I
John
do.
P. does?
It's
He
true.
he gets a marker and he writes his name on the
I
top of
wrote
all
my
of them.
name. I wrote my name. I brought in a 12-pack of these for myself today. I wrote
looked-
my name on every
I
damn
looked
one
at
of
his
them.
office and he's all,
You think it's going to stop anybody?
no, it's not. I mean, we're going through a pallet a day at Topo Chico in there. No one's
I
gonna-
know.
mean,
That's
if
why I said, oh, I better put these. I better write my name
Yeah.
on these. These are for my breakfast.
I think it would be
These are my
humorous
breakfast
if you
drinks.
walked in there in the on Monday morning and they were all gone.
They will be.
You'd be sitting there going through the video of all the 1,400 cameras around here trying to figure out who was here.
And crucifying them.
Yes.
All right. Do you think you can hold it together today?
Whose mind sent? I've got to get.
Where is Digital Phil, by the way?
I
Oh, Gio, you nailed that.
I did. Well, I'm awesome.
You nailed that segment.
We'll talk about that offline. Digital Phil's right there. Got me issue going.
Where?
Right
Where?
here.
Oh, there he is. Oh, okay, I just missed him. He just, there we go.
I like
All
to
right,
call him
guys,
Deep
let's
Phil.
bring it back, Carter. This is going to be fun because I have read none of the stories today.
We can wing it. We'll be okay. There is something interesting. The two things that are particularly interesting about the Sony story.
Nice.
Ooh, like the fantastic commercials rolling right now. The Windex commercial.
There's a commercial rolling.
Yeah, you've really got to get off your seat and stand a little bit.
I'm not going to stand up.
I'm worried.
Lady
about it.
A, yes, I got my scented markers at the Walmart. Grape is my favorite scented marker flavor.
You guys can
You remember
continue
those
to take.
markers that smell like stuff?
Oh yeah, you know what? Somebody has one of the 3D pens
Uh-huh.
now, and it's totally the smelly good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's really
Smelling
cool.
good stuff.
Yeah, it was a terrible Wednesday in San Francisco.
It's a perfect
Like-
gateway drug.
Like pink smells like strawberry or something, and purple smells like grape. Sweet.
And you can do absolutely nothing with smelly good stuff.
Y'all are all chatty today. Look at y'all go. Bunch of little chatty Cathys in the chatty room.
I
don't know
think
what
we
they're
must be
doing.
having technical difficulty in the other room.
Ken's just in there complaining.
So most of these people are probably watching on both the drop cam and the main show.
Oh, that's how you
I'm
get
assuming.
it. And I would recommend that if you could, stick an Oculus Rift on and put one screen in each side of the Oculus, and get a barf bucket.
Nice.
We need to get Lance to set us up with some kind of an Oculus show.
Yeah.
How many in the chat room have an Oculus or a Samsung Gear?
0.
0. Okay, never mind. It's a terrible idea.
What's going on in the control room?
There's no Ustream screen.
Okay, well,
Oh.
our contract doesn't allow for this.
Gio reminds Rusty of Zach Galifianakis.
I take that as an insult. Thanks. I think he's an ass.
His comedy is the same.
I always hesitate before I say a mild cuss word, but we're off the air right now, except we're on drop cam.
And we're live.
Well, still, this won't make it onto the cables.
That's right.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but not Ustream. So
All right. Well, for those of you who are trying to watch on Ustream and unable to see it, please switch over to YouTube.
For those of y'all who can't hear what we're saying right now,
maybe they have drop cam open in another window.
That's right.
144p,
144.
Lady A.
That's all you don't need anything more than that to see Gio and I.
We call that the Queen's Internet.
Yes. Lady A is in England. In England.
the motherland.
England.
Surely the 360 144 is not us.
No, I don't think it's our band.
Oh, I have
don't
to
think it's our
pause
outgoing
before-
bandwidth.
Arse.
Jason said I have a Gear Fit. Does that work?
Lick it and stick it on your head. Same
Jason, I
thing.
didn't know you got a Gear Fit. We're like Gear Fit brothers.
Jason, do jumping jacks and then same effect.
What are we waiting for?
Let's just go.
Okay, let's go.
See, look at this. We are 15 minutes into it. We haven't even started the first segment yet. This is what we do.
Yeah, but that's
Was it-
because we've
was
been at
it-
break for like 20 minutes.
But
of our
was the
15
show
minutes.
tighter before I got involved?
Slightly.
Was it?
Slightly.
You smile like you wanted to say that's what she said. I'm glad you didn't.
Let's do this.
Wow, Lady A dropping a C. That's Lady A. Cart. Yeah.
That's
Cart?
right. Cart. I've got a cart right here.
That's
So
right. Cart. All right, let's go. Showtime. Got a weekend to start.
okay, we're back from commercial break.
Is
How was
how we
that
do it?
commercial break for you, Gio?
It was terrific
Was
and
it
long,
satisfying?
and it was
Did you see
satisfying.
anything that you wanted to buy in the commercial break?
Everything. I'll put this out there. Everything I saw in commercial break, I will purchase.
Excellent.
So
Well, let's
who
get
knows
to the
what
news.
that was? Let's get to the news.
We kind of had a little bit of a teaser at the beginning of the show that insinuated there may be some drone coverage today. Do we have any
Potentially.
drone
A little bit of
stories?
drone coverage today. And,
What's going on? By the way, I'm going to fully admit,
Oh, don't.
I'm going to admit it. I'm totally unprepared today. Yes, believe it or not, Gio is the one who's fully prepared for the show. I've read none of the stories.
I would not say I'm fully prepared. I will say, though, that you contributed to the show, so
I
you do
did.
know topics. And
You
B,
assume that the ones that I contributed, I actually even know anything about.
well, but you have the intellect of a fifth, sixth grader at a very highly rated elementary
thank
school.
you.
So I
Thank
think
you,
that you're going to
Gio.
be able to get your way through this.
That must be the best compliment I've ever been given.
It
Let's
is.
give this a try.
Let's give it a try. So Sony, we hear all kinds of folks, because we did talk about drones in the intro. We didn't talk about them. We said it 14 times. Sony's coming out with their own drones now. And
Sony's going to come out with drones?
drones, and two things that are particularly interesting about the Sony drone. Number one, Sony provides the camera sensors to all your favorite cameras.
They do indeed.
And so you can
and
imagine
lenses too.
lenses too. And so you can imagine what they're bringing to the table. if they're going to be creating drones for video.
You think they're going to put some big, nice Sony camera sensors in there?
They have announced that there's going to be 3 different sizes of sensors in these drones.
No way you're going to be able to get a full-size
I
sensor.
doubt it. No, well, it depends on the size. I mean, certainly
If you got a big drone
that's right. Certainly you can.
that can hold a big payload.
And I'll tell well, it doesn't have to be a big payload. I mean, the A7S that's a full
That's
frame
true.
sensor, and that's a very small light camera.
Yeah, but you got to put a big lens on it. Those lenses are heavy. The
TWSS.
glass.
But most
that's cool.
But most drones, even if you've got to put a wide lens on there, most drones are shooting wide angle.
That's true.
So it doesn't have to be. It can be a short lens.
When are these things coming out?
Next year.
And how much are they going to cost?
No clue, not that. But the more interesting thing than that I think about the story is they mentioned that they're going to have drones, and I assume it looks like this is consumer drones that will also be capable of cloud computing, and not literally like cloud computing, but they will have computing power into the drones, and I'm wondering what the purpose of that would be in a consumer market, and how on earth do you have a drone that's going to stay in the air long enough to power something that's going to be doing computational
good
stuff
question.
on top of keeping the rotors going, on top of running the camera.
Maybe-
That is a lot of battery
Maybe
power.
they mean they're going to be like cloud connected so that if you put 3 or 4 of them up in the air, they could act as a,
Like a swarm.
swarm.
That would be very
Swarmy
interesting.
drones.
I would rather they be hacking drones.
Yeah. Well, what a transition to our next story, Giovanni.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? It was smooth.
Because hacking drones are currently about to come to market if Boeing has anything to do with
Well,
it,
okay.
by teaming up with the hacking team.
But this story comes from leaked emails.
That's true.
So we assume that this wasn't supposed to be public knowledge.
That's true. Italian spyware vendor hacking team and Boeing subsidiary In Situ revealed that drones carrying malware designed to infect wireless networks are on the drawing board. So imagine this in a battle situation. What you do is you'd fly your drones over the enemy camp. They would hop on, they'd hack through the Wi-Fi, hop on and infect everything with malware and shut it down. That's the plan, at least.
It would seem that we would already have that capability.
In
wouldn't
fact,
we?
that is due out next week,
Is
and
it?
it will be available for commercial purchase for $399.
No, it won't.
They're going to make it available on
You're lying.
Indiegogo.
You're lying.
We don't let facts get in the way.
Okay, because we didn't last week with the climate stuff. But it seems like we
It
would
might
have.
not be available that soon, but you know.
Wouldn't you think, and I'm speaking completely out of ignorance here, wouldn't you think that we would have this kind of capability from a military standpoint already?
I wonder why we would develop this capability when we could just attach a little missile to a drone and send it over there and drop it
We
off.
have that capability.
So why do you need Wi-Fi hacking?
You want to hear something
capability?
terrifying?
Okay.
You do. Yesterday, where did I read it at? It may have been The Guardian or The Observer.
So a very reputable news source.
Absolutely. It's not The Inquirer.
Okay.
But apparently British intelligence is picking up on chatter that ISIS is looking at attaching bombs to consumer drones and flying them over events and releasing the bombs. And part of the chatter is they want the drones with cameras on them so they can create their fantastically grotesque videos.
Interesting.
Yeah, and would probably bring up a good segue to the next story that you had in. That was a long segue.
That was a big segue, but yes, one of the things that you could do is create anti-drone drones.
Yes. Well, and it looks like these are kind of Patriot battery type of things. Are they drones or not? I don't know. I mean, from the images on
It's an
the YouTube
anti-drone
video.
system.
Okay, so can we see this? Are we? We can probably show
We have a little
folks.
clip there teed up.
Yes, we do. Let's
So-
look at that and see. 'Cause
So the deal is a UK-based company called Blighter Surveillance is offering this technology in a $1 million system called ODDS, Anti-UAV Defense System. And so, I don't know, maybe it's a ground-based system that you point up at the air and to protect a particular area, and the drones just can't think, they can't take the connectivity. There you go, it's like a cannon, and it disrupts all their stuff, so they can't come overhead.
So again,
You think that's the next thing, is to protect big, large events with lots of people, they'll have these things all over the
Well,
place.
and those can be done with radio waves. I mean, when the DJI Phantoms first came out, I got one, and I had a few situations where I would fly into areas that had lots of radio activity, and the drone would just be gone. It would just completely like
Take
veer
off
off
on
to
its own.
on its own. And one was
Here's my question. I don't really care about all this radio technology stuff. We have lasers. So why don't we just blast them out of the air?
because I think a system like that, they just point it there and they just turn it on, and that way, if it's outside of a football
Again,
stadium,
I think you're missing my point. I want freaking lasers.
okay, that's not a segue. I'm not sure what the hell you're doing.
I just want lasers.
Let's
Is
go to
it
a
so
commercial.
hard to get lasers?
Let's go to a commercial.
All I
Carter.
want is sharks with freaking lasers attached to their head. Is that so hard?
That sounds like a movie quote to me.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, next one.
I'm ready to keep going.
All right, let's just go right back into it.
I don't know if I'm ready or not.
Rusty said, dumb question to any YouTuber not on camera now. How do you get your logo up on the screen like they have right now that looks like an overlay from YouTube and not them?
Rusty, that is a dumb question.
Yeah, I don't think it's that dumb of a question, is
Rusty, you go into your
Here's
your
how you do it.
settings.
You send an email to ken@geekbeat.tv
with your username and password.
and you ask him how to do it. And he just tells you.
There's a that logo is our profile picture, and there's a setting in your YouTube account that allows you to overlay your profile picture like a watermark on your videos.
Thanks, Digital Phil. I don't know. It felt a little off to me, but I appreciate it. Jason, I'm not going to accept angry, ill-tempered sea bass. I just want sharks with freaking lasers.
Sea bass are too small to carry the lasers anyway.
That's right. Okay, let's do this.
I don't know any of these.
You want to
Do
bring
I?
it back?
I'm not bringing anything back.
You're not bringing sexy back?
I'm not bringing.
Well, I'll bring the show back with this one from Google. If you happen to be on Google Plus and you've been enjoying posting and sharing your images, you're SOL.
So when we talk about getting rid of Google Plus photos,
Yeah.
this is not plus Google Photos. This is Photos plus Google.
You have
Which-
thoroughly confused me.
So, well, that's
Which
my
is
point
not
here.
that hard to do,
So,
but-
so which is going away? Which one's staying?
If you have Google Plus and you post photos, they're not going to be Google Plus photos anymore.
Are they being deleted?
Now they're going to be Google Photos. So basically, the moral of this story is you're losing the plus.
But the photos don't go anywhere, correct?
You're
This sounds like a
just gonna
Microsoft
have-
marketing plan.
Here's what's happening, okay? I want you to
Talk to
envision
me.
this. You have Google Plus Photos, but now you're just going to have Google Photos.
These are within apps on iOS and Android.
I don't think you're getting me here.
I'm
just trying to be as clear as I can be.
here.
Next story. A robot
Wow.
robots kill 144 people.
144
Have I been predicting? How long have I been predicting the mass robot genocide of our people?
144 people
I have
isn't that
been-
much. And I was going to
have
say
been
something.
predicting it for years.
I was going
And
to say
now-
something incredibly insensitive, but
Now we have definitive proof that robots are slaughtering people by
Over
the,
14 years.
by the dozens.
equipment sparked during procedures burned 193 places.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration data reveals that a variety of malfunctions had been linked to 144 deaths during robotic surgery over the last 14 years. You see? Proof.
So it's interesting that how this comes out because when you're a man and you get married, Usually the wife brings the brains to the relationship and they inform you of the world around you, things you need to be
That's
concerned
true.
about.
That's true.
And I always thought that like when you got sick or you broke your arm, it was good to go to the hospital. My wife hates, she's like, that is the worst place you can go.
That's probably because she knows that the robots will kill you.
The robots and the germs and sick people. And I just, you don't think about
Listen
that
to
stuff.
this. Equipment arcing or sparking during procedures burned 193 patients. Broken pieces fell into the bodies of 100 people, and one of them died.
When I read that at first, I thought about the Thin Mint on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And uncontrolled movement on 52 of these robots. I mean, injured 52 of these people
killed two
two people.
And that is highly technical, uncontrolled movement.
Yeah. Now, some of you doubters are going to say, yeah, but there's millions of robotic procedures taking place, so how bad could it really be? Listen, people, millions of these procedures may have taken place, but how many of the robots have become sentient? Okay? Only the ones that have actually become sentient have started killing people, and they're starting to wake up. I'm telling you. It comes from the US FDA. It must be true. I read it on the internet.
Well, here's the thing. After watching YouTube all day, I think you're more likely to get killed by a cop than you are by a robot right now.
Another one, this one came from our buddy Monty. Google has acquired a mobile app prototyping software service called Pixate, and they did what Google always does. They made it free.
And what does Pixate do? I'm about to pull it up here and act like I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what it is a software package that allows you to create more rapidly create mobile applications.
Oh, okay, wow.
So it doesn't make it super simple. Like somebody like me who's not a programmer, I couldn't really use it to just knock out like the Geek Beat app.
Yeah.
But for those of you who are interested in development, check out Pixate because it's now free. You used to have to pay for it. And it will allow you to rapidly put your apps out there in the marketplace. So,
Yeah, I'm at a,
way to go, Google.
I feel like I'm at a loss because I haven't done development in so long. I probably would have known what Pixate was, and I don't. But it's funny though because there are a few different companies that do allow non-programmers to go out there, connect up to RSS feeds, connect up to social accounts, and produce really nice looking mobile apps. Yeah.
Speaking of nice things that are nice looking things,
Me?
I hear there's some nice
Talking about
looking
me?
things on Flickr.
Yes, Flickr's pulling an Apple move here. Flickr is bringing back Flickr Pro. A while back, they shut down the professional accounts on Flickr and they took away a lot of the functionality for the free accounts. And what they've done now is they've brought Flickr Pro back for $6 a month, not that much money, and you're allowed to now look at your analytics for your photos.
How much was it?
$6. Oh, beforehand, I think I paid like $99 a year for
I
it
thought it
before.
was like $49 a year or something like that.
You probably had a senior citizens deal.
Oh
that
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
have.
that's right. I forgot.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was like $99 a year. Now it's $6, or I think you can still pay $99. I don't remember if the previous version allowed you, or if you could look at analytics without having the pro version. But they're really pushing this for though is that it's ad free, which I look at Flickr at least daily. I mean, that's the first photo social media site that I ever got on. I never really got into the Google Plus stuff. 500px is really big for like fine art photographers. Never really got into that. I've always used Flickr, even as it kind of like wanes and it comes back in popularity. I don't really know at this point, though, and I never really understood what statistics, views, and likes, and where people come from really do for you on Flickr. It's good to see it. It's
Yeah.
interesting, but I think as far as anything other than that, I'm not quite sure.
It doesn't
what the
seem to
benefit
have
is.
quite the social juice that everything else
It,
does.
it's weird because even like Trey Ratcliffe
Yep.
is still heavily involved in Flickr. A lot of the photographers that I follow are really heavily involved. I think that Fro Knows Photo is still on there as well. So there are some guys out there that I guess you could kind of call old school-ish that weren't, didn't become kind of famous in the Instagram generation that are still there, heavily involved, really active. I mean, especially Trey. Trey is very active, or one of his handlers is very active on Flickr now too. So, and you get quite a few folks that get discovered on Flickr as well. So that's interesting. But
Rusty's pointing out that Instagram still allows posting to Flickr. That's another thing.
Yes.
Since Flickr's been around for a long time, you can integrate it with other things and push stuff to it. And
absolutely, makes things a lot easier. It'd be nice if a couple of other things opened up on Instagram. But yeah,
In fact, I would go so far as to say that Flickr is quite promiscuous with all the other services.
yeah, very much so. Very much so.
And when we get back
Flickr
from
Rabbit.
commercial break, we're going to talk about all of you being promiscuous on Ashley Madison. And we'll
That
be
is
right
a
back.
terrible story.
All right.
I want Pablo to come in here and talk about the Ashley Madison story.
Rick said Ustream was back and I didn't know. The audio is working. We're bringing Ustream back. Yeah.
Ken's in here working his magic.
Ken, the magical Ken is in there. All right,
Who watches Ustream?
We've got a few more stories, and then we've got a couple of unboxings. We've got 3 unboxings. Have some.
Yes.
Have at it.
All
Or
right.
there's a whole bottle of water there, too, if you're thirsty for that. Hey, look, it's Gabriella. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, you like that? There's some in the fridge. You can have one, even though my name is on them.
Lady A is getting frisky.
Right, yeah, why? Then why? Yeah. All right. We ready? Cartier?
We already did the hacked. Well, is this different?
I like to call him Cartier.
Oh, the Jeep. That's a good story. We already did the drones program to hack your Wi-Fi, didn't we? I mean, is that a different story?
Yeah, we did do that. So we can skip that because we did it. Oh, yeah. These are some good stories here. I'm so excited. Are we getting into it? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I would suggest. Wait, what's that? What's PT&A?
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Hey, wow! Look how that fit in there. Should we start with a? What do you call it
The
when you make-
Chrysler one will move down there.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
So the Ashley Madison, then do that,
We'll do Ashley Madison one,
And
and
then
then we'll do
Toshiba.
Toshiba.
and then make people do the shout outs or whatever the hell you call it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah, we are.
I almost forgot. You
Yes,
guys
you
get
did.
ready. We're going to do shout outs in a little bit.
Think about
Not-
where you are.
Not
now. Not now.
Not now. Not yet. Just hold it, okay? Just like we were driving down the road on vacation. Who's your daddy? That's me. Hold it. Here we go. And we have been told that we're back from commercial break.
We were told to
Welcome.
start talking.
By the way, you guys look fabulous today. I love what you did with your hair.
I don't like it when you do that.
You know?
I do not like it when you do that at all, so stop it.
Well, we're going to talk about something that affects every single one of us. You're married, right?
I am married.
I'm married.
I don't know
That
that-
means by definition, we were registered on AshleyMadison.com
Where is that? I saw
to
that.
cheat with our spouses.
I saw that
I mean,
somewhere.
on our spouses,
Where-
not with us. Actually, not only are you and I registered,
You are-
our spouses are registered on AshleyMadison.com.
You are animated about this.
Apparently, everybody is on AshleyMadison.com because 37.5 million people are registered on the site whose motto is, "Life is short, have an affair."
That's terrific.
And the reason we
Terrific
know
people.
this is because
Because you were on the site.
all of your names have been leaked through a hack. Well, maybe not quite yet.
Now, this
but their site was hacked, and the hackers have allegedly made away with all the names and credit cards, photos, all those revealing intimate details of your fantasies, and everything else. What are you going to do about it?
Now, interesting. The hacker group, what little I read about them, they essentially are a group that thinks that it's immoral, and I think it's a fair argument. then the site's immoral, right? But they're apparently a hacking group full of a bunch of do-gooders that want to shut that kind of stuff down.
Sure they are. Sure they are.
So
I don't
that's
believe
interesting.
that. I don't believe it for a second. They came out and they said, yeah, well, if you shut down the website, then we won't leak all this information. But if you don't shut it down, we're sharing this with everybody. And B, by the way, that website, they charge people $19 a month or $19 to cancel your account and delete all your information, and they shouldn't be doing that because they're not really deleting your information and they're keeping it. Although that point to me seems to be irrelevant when they're trying to hold these people hostage and say that if you don't shut down the site, we're releasing all the information.
Well, this is an Edward Snowden, not quite as important as an Edward Snowden type of situation, but I think that's a good point, though, that when you've got a site like this that is holding information that is extremely damaging, potentially, for the folks that are on the site, and the do-gooders here, the one thing you have to consider is that when they're threatening to do this, you've got a lot of innocent people that are going to be destroyed by this, right? So that's one thing. I think it's a terribly valid point.
Although they would argue no one on a site registered to cheat on your spouse is innocent. I think
I'm not saying them. I'm talking about the spouses,
the children, the
family,
everything. Yeah, friends, everybody.
All that. There's a lot of who cares about the people on the site? Yeah. I mean, I care about you, but
I'll be devastated.
I think that there's something very valid about the fact that they're going in there charging people to delete data. And these guys have come out and said, we can prove they don't delete the data because these are accounts that are inactive.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What we don't really know exactly. What they're saying is we deleted all the personal profile data. If you had images we delete all that. But what remains is the record of the credit card transaction. So the fact that you were on the site, you paid $19 to erase your stuff, they keep the credit card transactions. And they're saying, well, they're lying to people because they're not deleting all. They still have your name, your credit card information, your billing record. Well, they have to.
No, they don't.
They have to because otherwise everybody could just say, oh, they'll dispute the charges and they have no records to prove that you actually authorized that charge. You see what I'm saying?
But they wouldn't have to maintain that. I mean, they could go and delete the data on their services, and the credit card company would have a record, and the person presumably who deleted the account would have the information.
Maybe. But here's the bigger question. Why wasn't all of that data stored in an encrypted format? Why? I mean, what we should be hearing is Ashley Madison was hacked, a whole bunch of encrypted data was lost. There's some chance that they might be able to one day crack the algorithm, so be aware. That's not what we're hearing. That's what we heard when it was Target and when it was other people. But with these guys, it's like, okay, all your information is in the clear because they were storing it in clear text.
Yeah.
That is where I have a huge problem. That was stupid.
That's got to stop. I mean, that companies coming out and making those kind of claims, and I am very much a small government, small-minded person. But there are times when government needs to step in and protect people when they can't protect themselves, and this is a classic case. And again, if you're on the site and you're cheating on your spouse and you're being a horrible person, I'm not terribly concerned about that. This is one of those issues where you go and you fight for someone's religious liberty because whether you're religious or not, it impacts your ability to be a citizen and live a life the way you want to. This is important because when these companies make a promise that they're going to protect your data, they better be held accountable.
Well, I think the legal system would say that, a class action lawsuit would be in order here.
Boy, that's messy.
But who's going to come forward and join that? Oh, by the way, I had my information compromised. There's one other thing that really worries me, and by the way, I wrote a big blog post about this, but there's one thing that really bothers me about this, which is in line with what we're talking about. Who's going to come forward and say, I was a customer and they stole my data, whatever. No one. And so what does that mean? That means once this data gets out there, whoever's got a hold of it could blackmail everybody on the site.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Hey, send me X amount of money through PayPal or through Bitcoin or whatever, and who are you going to complain to? They have got you. So that is not good.
Yeah, and I could see potentially states getting involved and states attorneys general doing something about that. But again, you've got to find a victim.
You do.
And
And I don't think that, they might be able to get a bunch of people a bunch of money from
Anonymously.
people, but I don't think they're going to be able to get $1.2 billion.
No, they aren't. Talking about cheaters and liars and scumbags. How do you do this?
So the news just came out this week that CEO Hisao Tanaka, the CEO of Toshiba, and his top brass cohorts faked $1.2 billion worth of non-existent profit.
But they resigned, so
that
the
makes it
balance
okay.
is so we're back in balance.
So it's all good.
$1.2 billion.
Now they're saying that there was no actual personal financial gain, so it's not like like a Bernie Madoff thing where the fund is going down, he's pocketing the money. It's not like these guys were pocketing the money; they were just cooking the books.
And just probably getting paid millions of dollars a year.
Well, they were getting their normal whatever, probably
Yeah.
$1 million a year, but they were just cooking the books. So
Yeah, well, and it's
the question is, what is the Japanese? What? Surely this is a crime, and will they end up in jail or what? Certainly in the Japanese culture, they will be dishonored, and that will be a big problem. But I wonder what's the criminal activity.
let me read this out loud to you.
The stock. Go ahead.
You're about to say it.
Please read it.
The company's stock rose 6% following the revelation of the scandal. It rose 6%.
I think what happened was the company was not doing that great, and everybody was a little skeptical about the leadership. And funny enough, when this news broke, they were like, oh, well, at least we got rid of them. Now we can get back to actually doing real business.
He was smart enough to cook the books for 1 point. He must be doing something right.
Yeah. Yep. All right,
Oh,
well,
man.
this next story,
No, it's not.
it kind of borders between hacks and planes, trains, and automobiles because it has to do with Jeeps
It does.
and Chrysler in general, something Gabriella will care about.
Oh my gosh, you will care about
Yeah,
this.
that's right, because it turns out that hijackers can remotely hackers can hijack your Chrysler vehicle.
So a couple of years ago, some hackers did this with a Prius, but they had to be inside the vehicle, had to have access to the network, and they're able to get access to the system and control the car. And of course, back then when that happened, Toyota's like, oh, but you have to be in the car, blah, 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 whatever. These guys were 10 miles away from the Jeep.
They were not in the Jeep.
Not in the Jeep. And
They used a cell phone. They hacked into
a throwaway phone, not even a smartphone, a throwaway phone.
They hacked into a car remotely, changed some of the firmware, and took over controls of the vehicle. They were able to make the windshield wipers crank up and start blasting fluid to obstruct the view. They were able to turn on the radio station and make it start, go up to full volume. They were even able to stop the car.
The transmission, able to apply the brakes, and they were able to turn off the transmission on the vehicle.
Yeah. So Chrysler's response was, "Oops." No, just kidding. Chrysler said,
They've hired Hisao Tanaka to handle the situation.
Right. Chrysler said, "Well, thanks, guys, for actually. Luckily, these weren't like bad hackers; they were ethical hackers."
Yeah, it was from Wired magazine.
But the Chrysler guys came back and said, thanks for letting us know about the problem, but you know what, in the future, maybe you shouldn't be putting people at risk while you're disclosing this stuff.
As Fonzie would say, they can sit on it.
Right.
For Chrysler to come back and have any comment other than, holy cow, thank you for bringing it to our attention, and we're going to get on this right away. And the other issue with Jeeps is that clearly Chrysler has to create, has to build an upgrade and an update to the firmware, right?
Yes. And they're going to have to push it out.
Do you go to the
notify everybody.
dealership? I mean, how does that get applied
You'll
to
have
the
to
vehicle?
go. Well, I don't know. It depends. Maybe they can push it as an over-the-air update
Well,
as
in
well.
this vehicle, they said it was a USB. You had to go get a USB key and do it.
Maybe. I don't know. The other one was certainly pushed over
And
the air.
you have to plug it in, turn the car on, push this button, turn this button, do this thing.
The big problem is when these things happen, so many people are unaware, and the numbers here were staggering. Like 500,000 of this particular vehicle are vulnerable, and it's a lot. So how do you notify everyone, and how do you patch every system? That's going to be hard to do.
The other thing's weird because Chrysler uses, and I don't remember the name of it, but apparently they use Sprint's network to communicate to the cars. And I wonder, just as a consumer, does over the air, and I guess these guys apply to patch to it, so they can control over they want to, but it just seems like things like the brakes and acceleration, that should not be available to any system anywhere.
You would not think that those should be remote controllable. That is a
and-
problem.
And those guys on the phone were able to control the steering if there's in
except for the
reverse.
fact that this is all being programmed to work perfectly with Skynet when it goes operational. So,
I will be shopping for a 71 Ford F-150.
so speaking of things that are not so operational,
Was that a throw? Was that a?
That's right. That was a throw to the next one, which is a story coming out of New York. If you wondered about how Uber is doing, well, Uber is doing great, but the taxi cab companies, not so much.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of press over in France with the issue of the taxi drivers getting violent about the fact that Uber's coming in, not paying taxes, not having to undergo any kind of government regulation, and taking a lot of work away from people. And this guy, Evgeny Friedman, a flashy taxi tycoon, which, oh my gosh, if I could have a title, it would be Flashy Taxi Tycoon.
Taxi tycoon.
He owns the largest private fleet of cabs in New York City. He's filing for bankruptcy. And the word Uber was mentioned in the bankruptcy filing 21 times. I think that he's pointing a finger.
Yeah.
You would wonder if someone like this, they've got a fleet of vehicles like that, if they're forward-thinking enough, or maybe the revenue's not there for them, it might be wise for someone like him to go to Uber and say, hey, can we partner with you? And how about helping me change my business model? Because I've got experienced drivers, they know the city, we have a fleet. What can we do so that I can take my company forward as opposed to just sitting here and being a victim?
I think the problem, you're right, the problem with that is the time for that partnership.
Wait.
Yeah, I know, I'm not saying it again. The time for that partnership is past.
Yeah.
Because that was when Uber was new. Had these guys been forward thinking, they're like, hey, you know what, they're onto something with this whole use an app, see where people are at, etc. I like that. That's the future. Let's partner. That would have been in the beginning when Uber had no traction. Now Uber has no reason whatsoever to partner with these guys. They just shut them down.
Yeah.
They put them out of business. So there's no incentive to do it. So how do these taxi companies respond? It's going to be very difficult.
Do you know if Uber is available in Las Vegas?
I think Las Vegas is one of the few cities that you cannot quite yet get Uber. But, if New York and others are any kind of indicator, Las Vegas won't be able to keep it out forever.
Because Vegas has got, the monorail is fantastic in Vegas.
Yeah. But it won't take you everywhere.
It won't take you everywhere. You can't get on monorail from the airport. As
right.
someone that goes to Vegas, to me, it's like the monorail would be the thing to connect to the airport there. And I've talked to a couple of people that live there, and they're like, taxi cabs will never let that monorail get anywhere near the
Exactly.
hotel,
It'll kill them.
airport. Yeah.
It'll kill them.
Yeah, literally in a mob sense.
All right. Speaking of mobs, you guys hang on. We're going to be right back after this break, and then it's unboxing time.
Is this what I'm wearing today?
It's hard to believe.
Frisky today. She's
always frisky.
Like
What do you mean? Unicorns. They're so horny.
I get it. Do you have any unboxings?
All right.
Laters.
You out of here? All right. We'll see you later. You're leaving? Bye, Gabriella. Okay, we have something that says for unboxing segment. Did you leave this here?
I think it's a box of poo.
I am wondering, but I'm wondering if this came from Lynn. The infamous Lynn.
Comes in, drops off a box, and leaves.
I believe so. I
I
believe
just got an email that Ustream just went live.
Oh, nice. It's a good thing Ustream went live. We have
At
one,
3:57, I got the
two, and one gigantic, ginormous. We have a ginormous one to unbox.
Word. Word to you. To your.
This is a review. It's a review unit, product unit thing.
Oh, that's shipped to Giovanni. What is that?
It is. You know what this is.
Do I?
A collection of things.
Oh, okay. I guess
You will be surprised.
I'll
You will be
remember
pleasantly surprised when you unbox it
Okay, I guess I'll remember it
in
when
just
I
a
see
moment. Here, give me this. We'll put this out of your way.
It. Okay. Take that out of my way. Choo, 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 choo.
Are we ready?
Yeah, ready.
Are you guys ready? Rusty says he likes the Amazon. Oh, we didn't do the check-in.
Do the check-in. Wait, do you do that when you're on air?
We're going to do the check-in because we forgot to do the check-in.
Not yet.
Don't.
Everybody think about
Oh,
where you
yeah,
are.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Visualize world peas.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And then, oh, what the heck? Let's do the check-in. Let us know where you're watching the show. Oh, wow. Jike Moans was fast. I mean, as soon as I said that.
I think he jumped the gun.
Bam! Rick Garza is in Funky Town. Jike Moans is in St. George, Utah.
Mike Jones.
No, lady,
no
A, I
lady.
don't think so. She is.
Wow.
She is kind of frisky today,
Good gravy.
isn't she? Where are you guys watching from? That is what we're asking.
Check
That is-
in now.
That is a question of the moment. Check in.
We've got two. and
Yes,
6
we
ones.
do. All right, Jay Bird is in Paducah. CJ is up in Frisco.
9 miles.
Niles,
Niles,
Michigan. San Marcos.
Is that where you live, Digital Phil?
Lady A is breaking into Ashley Madison's data center Mission Impossible style.
She's hanging on ropes.
I happen to know that Rusty, who has not responded yet, is in
Wow. He's wow.
Tennessee. But I don't know, actually. I don't know. He may not be there. Byron is in his chair.
Is that up in front of the office?
I don't know. I don't think so. Lady A is North Devon, UK. Rusty is in Nashville.
That's not where Ashley Madison's data
Tennessee.
center is.
How do you know? How do you know so
True.
much about Ashley Madison?
True that. Well, you got me there.
Okay.
Very much so.
Well, we're
Paducah.
being a little slow on the check-in today, so we'll get back to that. Oh, wait.
Hawaii.
Boy, Ken, the YouTube chat room is too small to even read. That guy, JD, is in Big
Big
D,
Dallas.
and BJ
Aiken, South
Tech
Carolina.
and Weather, Aiken, South Carolina.
Aiken.
Yep.
South Kyle.
Charles is in Addison, just down the road, Addison, Texas. There we go. Thank you very much. Now I can see that better.
Digital Phil.
Okay.
Dropping the gifts.
While we're waiting
Chips.
for those to be coming in, are you ready to unbox something?
Yeah, I know that that's got my name on it. I don't remember what it was. Have I seen this?
I don't know. You tell me. What do we got?
Goodness. Yes. This is fantastical.
What do we got there, Gio?
These are fuzzy, very fuzzy mobile device carriers.
They're from Initech.
For Initech, yes. as
They're
an office
literally
space.
from Initech,
Yes.
but this is spelled a
From
little different. I-N-A.
Scottish. I'm
INAT.
pretty sure that there are several companies named Initech.
So what is this? It's got little,
Looks like an iPad or a
but it's
or
got a
tablet.
magnetic thing here. What's that for?
It's probably for closing.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
see. It
There
opens
you go.
up. I thought
Tablets
this was like
in
a
there.
mouse pad first.
Oh, no. That's a tablet
And then I was
case. Here's a
thinking
little
you could
laptop
like
case.
attach that and like put some paper
When
on
you
your
look
mouse.
at all these,
But
I
then
feel
really,
like-
it was this.
I feel like I need to go get an outfit to match
They are
this.
matching.
This
They're
would
actually-
be like for a fashion night out.
These are pretty nice. You and I might not carry them around, but they're pretty nice. This one comes with
I might. This is nice.
This comes with a little
cleaning thing.
cleaning cloth.
That's nice.
So
I like the look of that.
they're well
Like a little
constructed.
shoulder,
Okay, so
like
we're
a
gonna have
little-
to
a
most
hand.
likely find a couple of ladies
That's
to
nice.
give these a try and do the test review.
Why
You
does it
missed
have
this
to be
one.
ladies? It's black.
This is a waterproof and sealed Inatech case.
And they all came, actually I do remember this because they were all in these fantastic, fancy Inatech bags.
So you
And I
took
took
them.
them
So
out.
you're telling me that you unboxed the unboxing beforehand?
And I unboxed the unboxing, and after my day of rage watching YouTube videos of cops beating up people, I forgot about it.
Oh, this is interesting. Check this out. Here's how this works. All right, so you put your stuff in the bag.
You do?
Then you push these two little things like this, and they slide through there. Hang on, like that. And then you fold them forward, and bang, it's sealed.
Yeah, that something like that would seem like it wouldn't be incredibly wise to put your device into, but when maybe a couple of years ago, my daughters got a couple of those and put their phones in them and took them swimming, and they were fine. They actually worked just fine. I wasn't too thrilled that they were doing that.
That looks
That's all.
awesome.
That's it.
Okay, that's all the goodies in that bag. Okay, in that box. All right, we've got another box. This is the
This
mystery
is
box.
interesting, yes.
This is the mystery box, and it is labeled for unboxing segment.
And we have no idea. I mean, there could be a lizard in there for all we know.
I have no idea. We never know what's in them, but I don't even know who this one's from.
Do not stick a knife in there in case it's
I think this one
alive.
is from Lynn. So
What
let's
makes
see.
you think that?
I just because he's come
Does it,
by
like,
and
smell like
he
him,
does
or-
that. It's his thing. He like
Oh.
leaves stuff.
Wow,
He leaves stuff here. So let's see what we got.
that's awesome. Oh, that's not it.
Oh, Holy Mother. Oh, Holy Mother.
Teresa.
I'm saying a prayer.
Okay.
Look at this. Hammond's. It is pigs and taters.
No.
It's like bacon and potato flavored chocolate. And PB&J sandwich.
I'm down
Now
with
that one sounds good.
That sounds good.
But you can't have your dessert until you eat your dinner. You ready to try it?
no, I'm not.
Come on, you'll try it.
Not pudding.
Yeah, you will. You will.
That sounds so ridiculous. So here's the thing.
What
At
if it's
farmers-
good?
It's
You
not
don't know?
gonna be. I do know, because at a farmer's market,
Smells like chocolate.
what did a guy had a bacon
Here.
something. It was chocolate or something. This is not going to go well.
Here, we're gonna try it together.
No, that smells
This
like
is-
smoked chocolate.
It's pigs. That we're gonna try the pigs and taters. Does it taste like bacon to you? Oh,
Yeah, there it
Oh.
is. There it is.
Oh.
Yeah, you get that smoky
Yeah.
bacon.
that's pigs and
Thank you.
taters.
Thank you,
That is
Lynn.
pigs and taters. Way to go, Lynn. All right. Now let's wash it down with some PB&J sandwich.
That's going to be delicious.
That actually sounds really good. It's over there. All right, ready for this? Oh, there is.
There's actually.
Okay, that was a mistake. Trying to tear that here. That's your half. There
This
is
is gonna be
really,
good.
there is really PB&J in that.
That's fantastic. It's like a fruity Reese's. That's good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Little aftertaste, but it's good. I'll take that over the pigs and taters. That's what they say in East Texas.
Oh, that's good stuff, y'all. Hammond's.
Hammond's, yeah.
Give it a try. I don't know where you
Get
got
the
that.
sweet stuff. Probably you got
That
it from
is good.
Hammond's.
Okay, for the next one, we're gonna have to leave the set. We'll have to leave the safety of our set because that's it right over there, and it is big. Go ahead. That's what
Yes,
she
it
said.
looks big.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah.
You missed it. You were
Yeah.
set up
Did
for
that
it.
on
You
purpose.
missed it. All right, here we go, folks.
Would you like some pigs and taters?
This thing is heavy too.
That's what she said.
So this is from our friends at Ergotron. And it is a new, if I recall correctly, let's see what it is. but I believe this is a new variant for the sit-stand desk crowd.
Oh, here, let me help you. Get that knife away from me.
Right. It is designed to allow you to convert an existing desk so that you can use it for standing or sitting. And it's solid. Let's see what all we got in here. It is well packed. It is heavy. Okay, you got that side? Okay, here
It's
we go.
just, you put your desktop on top of it.
Oh yeah, this is pretty cool looking actually.
It's kind of just like a mini desk that you lay a piece of.
Here, let's put it on the let's put it up on the desk over there. Let me get this out of here. You get that. You get one end. You get the other end or whatever. There we go. Okay. Wow, this is pretty sweet looking.
So it's like a child's desk by itself, and then you can just put a bigger desk on top of it.
All right.
So would it be appropriately less cost since it's basically the parts of a sit-stand desk as opposed to just buying an old one?
I think that. Didn't have to cut that. Let's see. I'm wondering if these.
This is going to be a mistake.
Yeah, if these are just little flaps. Oh, look at that. There you go. So it's got two little flaps. Wow, that comes straight out of the box, ready to go. That is pretty awesome. So two of these. So
I see what's going on here. So that actually just
So-
goes on top of your desk.
yeah, you put it on your desk. It allows you to convert
Okay.
from a normal desk to a sit-stand desk. So you put your keyboard here. You put your.
Because with my model, putting the desk on top, then you put that on the grid
Yeah, you want to put your desk on top of this?
for the little people.
Right, okay. So it has multiple levels. It just locks right in. So you can make it go as high as you want. And one interesting thing about this one.
Well,
that I
as
have
long
not-
as that's as high as you want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One interesting thing about this one that I haven't seen before with others is that if we look at it from the side, notice that when you raise it, it goes straight up.
Yeah.
It's not coming forward, it's just going straight up and down. So that's pretty cool. Byron said, go ahead and put that in my office.
All right.
Nice. So that's pretty awesome. We'll give this thing a try. We'll find a desk to put it on. We'll give it a try and see how it works out. We'll come back to you guys with a full-on review and video of it. We have one other that we can compare this to as well that we've covered in the past. And so we'll see how they stack up against one another.
I see what you did there.
You like it?
Yeah.
All
Close
right.
it out, Jimmy.
Well, okay. We're going to wrap it up, but before we do, you got any big plans for the weekend?
I don't. For the weekend, no. For next week, I will be going to Chicago,
Chicago's fun.
shooting Lollapalooza, which will
Oh,
be a hoot.
holy mother.
Yeah, it's a 3-day festival, and have a couple of neat things for Geek Beat in store. One thing we'll be showing you guys how we shoot virtual reality from the main stage with none other than Metallica and Paul McCartney.
Wow.
So that's going to be a cool little segment.
Why
we're
would
gonna
they
do.
let you anywhere near Metallica or Paul McCartney?
My name is not on the contract. I'm a
Oh.
so
I
no
see.
one knows I'm going to be there except for my client.
I see.
So
I see.
yeah, but it's going to be definitely a very cool weekend, and we'll get some other techie stuff going on too.
All right. Well, excellent. I don't have those plans for the weekend. What I'm going to be doing is cleaning my garage.
Clean this place up too. This place is a mess.
Well, that's what we have Pablo
actually.
for. I am actually going to be moving stuff around in my garage and sealing the floor. For those of you who didn't see it, we actually did a vlog. Carter and I.
That was the most epic vlog and the most accurate, complete picture of what a day
captured.
here. Absolutely, and that was a very good representation of an average day here.
It just captured an average day. And
Yeah.
it could happen any day, just like
Any
that.
day.
Just like that.
You have no idea how many anvils we have stacked up in the back of the studio.
That's right. Yeah, we just keep bringing them from my house here. Just you thought I was going to run out,
No.
but I ordered a new
Got
batch.
plenty of anvils, yeah.
I got a new batch.
All the
so
anvils.
they're coming to my house.
Yeah.
then I can start bringing them over here again. So if you didn't see it yet, check your Facebook or that Twitter thingy, or go to youtube.com /
Are we sure?
/C/Geek Beat. Oh man, that is such a pain in my ass.
Don't say C/. Just go to youtube.com/GeekBeat. Why
Does
do you
that
make
work?
Yes, it works.
I never know. They just these.
Yeah, /C. What are you, an old,
I don't know these-
crotchety old? Are we sure that there is no Geek Street today?
These things confuse me.
Are we sure there's no Geek Street today?
I'm fairly indiscriminately unsure of that. What was the question?
Is there any Geek Street today?
All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We're going to let you go. But if you didn't already register, if you're going to come next week,
yeah.
not Saturday, but the next week, go to the Geek House meetup. Go to meetup.com /Geek House Dallas and RSVP, because we're going to be cooking and having food and drinks and all that other stuff. And we want to make sure that we got enough for everybody. So if you don't RSVP and you show up, I'll kick you right out of the building. Everybody knows
You
I
will
won't do that,
not
won't they?
do that. You don't even know.
I don't even have, even my threats are idle.
They are everything about you is idle. Let's go.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
It's been
Bye.
fun. I love this.
Shut it, Carter. Shut it.
Done. Geek Street. I hear nothing. Oh, there it is.
Oh, brother. You want some more chocolate?
No, I do not want chocolate. Howdy. How you doing? Good. You got here right at the end of this.
I know.
The shenanigans.
I was in a big Dallas district meeting,
Oh.
so we're doing little social media promotions
Y'all are-
with all the districts.
Y'all are
Nice.
quite busy
Yes.
with all the events you go to, and I don't know how you keep up with it.
I know. I'm like, what day is it?
I know. It's exhausting to watch y'all.
You
It
are-
is. Honest to God, man.
You were
When
lucky
and
that you
Courtney-
just got here, because you didn't have to witness this train wreck.
Oh, well, this post's online, so I can just.
That's
Ugh.
you can